project, everyone. It's a 2002 DRZ E model. The goal is to build it into a lightweight adventure bike. So starting up front, I'll be putting a rally tower of some sort on this, some LED lights, oversized gas tank, hopefully more comfortable seat at some point, and then I just gotta go through the whole bike and rebuild it. I bought this off of a buddy. He's had it for probably almost 10 years now, and it ran quite a long time ago, but it's been sitting in a shed for about 10 years, so it definitely needs some work. It is the E model, so it's got the performance cams, it's got the FCR carb. It's a little bit lighter, but there will be some stuff I'll change on it. I already started tearing it down, so there's some pieces missing, but it's gonna need a lot of work. It's got the full Yoshi exhaust, so that's good. The goal is to not break the bank on it. I have a lot of parts already. I'm obviously gonna have to spend some money, but if I can keep anything and just rebuild it, I will be. Even these tires are, I think this is a D606. It still looks like it's in good shape, so I'll probably reuse that. One of the main things I want to do with this bike is I have the E model, which doesn't have a radiator fan. It has a different gas tank mounting. So what I did is I bought Kirby's oversized tank. I think it's like a 3.7 or 3.9, I can't remember. But this tank is for the S or the SM model, which mounts differently than the E. So I'm gonna actually have to weld on some gas tank mounts to the frame to help fit this. But luckily, the other things too is the main reason I'm doing that is so I can swap to these S model or SM model radiators, which have a fan. Because if you see on this bike too, I'm gonna need radiators anyway. This thing is caved in, so it's good to replace them. But if I bought the E at Kirby's tank, it wouldn't have enough room for the fan, or I'd have to makeshift make one somehow. So that's the goal. I'm gonna have to weld up some mounts, throw that tank on. While I was at it, I got that off a junkyard bike, the radiators. I actually picked up the SM subframe, which has all the bracing all the way back to the fender. That way you can mount a fender eliminator on it, which it's just gonna be easier to mount a top rack. It's a little bit more weight, but it's definitely gonna be better. I'm gonna be cutting off the passenger pegs, the helmet lock, so I'll take some weight out of it. One of the problems with swapping the radiators is actually the radiator hose routing is different on the E than the SM. It's kind of dark, you can't really see, but there's right in here there's the thermostat housing on the S and the SM. So the E doesn't have a thermostat, it just has the hose neck coming out of the head. It goes vertical up. So the S or the SM is this one, and you bolt this on and it comes out horizontally. And it actually fits a thermostat in here, so all you got to do is buy this. It was off eBay, it came with a thermostat, but this thing looks like junk, so I'll get a new one. But I like to run the thermostat. Plan to ride this more as an adventure bike, so it's going to be all over. So here's the LED lights I got for the rally tower. They're just some kind of aux beam Amazon lights. They're basically Squadron Pro knockoffs, but they're still pretty good. They're not dirt cheap. But I got two of these. They're going to go one above the other. I happen to have, this is a tall windscreen, aftermarket windscreen off a Yamaha Tenere 700. Actually, that's my other bike over here, my T7. That's the big bike. This will be the little one. So the goal is this thing's actually going to fit pretty good. I'll be putting this windscreen lower and mounting the lights behind it, so it won't be too tall, but it's basically gonna fit right out here, and it will, I'm gonna run it attached to the fork so it will move with the front end. It's a little bit more weight than a frame mounted one, but I'm gonna try to keep it light. But yeah, I'm designing that tower, so I'll be showing that soon. Luckily I had some pretty cool parts laying around. So I actually have these flex bars. It's 12-degree adventure bend, I think. So it's like they're mid-height. It's pretty low swept bar. And it's the adventure, all that is it's crazy long out here, so you have tons of room for controls. I'm probably going to be cutting those down on this bike, but they were in my T7. I ended up going with something else, but I got them. Why not run them on this? Found some grips laying around. Throw those on. So I got a lot of parts for this thing. It's gonna be cool. So here is the gas tank mounts for the E model right here. This has a crappy radiator brace on it, but so the S in the SM, by the coil here, there's a solid steel like rod that goes through the frame, and then they mount a little circular bushing, and it's about 1 inch in diameter, and it sticks out about a couple inches out, and the tank has a C shape. So when the tank comes down, it hooks on the bushing and then it rotates down. And then there's 2 bolts back here on each side of this, so I don't have any threaded holes there. So the goal is I have a friend with a SM, so I'm gonna 3D scan this whole area. I'm gonna make a 3D print that bolts to this motor mount, these 2 bolts, and it will hold the mount exactly where it needs to go. And then I'll weld it to the frame. And then once I get that in, I stole those bushings off that junkyard bike, so that works out. And after I get that, I'll hook the gas tank on, come over here, drop it down, see where these bolts are. I'll make a little bracket and then weld it on. This is nice. As far as it turns. I don't know what the bearings look like. Got the shock bushing. Focusing? This thing is rusty. Tons of play. Look at these grease fittings. I want to check those paths, see if they actually work. But I'm gonna have to do all these bearings. That sucks. These grooves. That one's gone. Nice. Shelf started off empty. Pretty full now. This thing is in rough shape. The shock is definitely blown. I'm gonna have to go through that. The forks back there, I'm gonna have to rebuild those. I'm gonna look into some valving changes. I know I need new springs as well. I'm a little heavier. Yeah, this thing needs a lot. It's a little crusty. I gotta figure out how I can wash it. It's gonna be the next step. But it's in good shape. Other than that, like nothing's broken or anything. So all the linkage bearings. I'm gonna have to clean up the wiring a little bit, but it's gonna be a pretty sweet bike when I'm done. So here we go. I got a new frame for the DRZ project. I picked up a bunch of parts off some guy on Marketplace. So I got
this was a Supermoto. So I got a Supermoto shock, swing arm, triple trees. I got the forks over there. Now I have multiple subframes because I already bought one before, but it came with it. So this frame does not have a title, and the goal is to convert my E model to kind of a mix between an S and an E. So one of the differences is the gas tank mounts. So this has a bar welded here. It's got the two mounts back here, and the E model doesn't have anything over here. It uses this mount here to bolt to the gas tank, and then it doesn't have the two bolts back here. So the goal is I'm just gonna hack it off that frame and weld it onto this one. I wish I could just use this frame, but I do not have a title for it, so I cannot get it registered.
So this is where we're at. I'm gonna call it here for this episode. I'm gonna try to make a few videos because I don't want them to be too long. So we will see you soon. I don't really edit a lot, so this is kind of new to me, so it might be a little bit, but next video will be putting together the rally tower. So I already 3D scanned the windshield and started putting that together, so show some CAD modeling and how I plan to build that. It's going to be all laser cut parts, fork mounted, so I think it'll be pretty cool. But see you next one.